If you like fish and wildlife content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. The Alaska Department of Public Safety received a call from a commercial fisherman named Brandon. Brandon reported that he was out fishing and had to waste approximately 8,000 pounds of chum salmon. On average, chum salmon weigh between 8 and 15 pounds, meaning he wasted approximately 696 fish.
Well, how's it going, Brandon?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing good. What can I do for you?
I guess get right to it. When we were down in Nakit, I dumped some fish over without reporting it.
Okay.
And
What kind of fish?
some chum salmon.
Chum salmon?
Yeah.
Over in Nakit.
Down in Nakit, yeah.
Where's Nakit at?
By the border down in Canada, basically.
Like past Ketchikan, or?
Yeah.
So you're in Canadian waters, or?
Yeah, I was in U.S.
Okay.
fishing a hatchery down there.
Okay. Any reason why you dumped him over?
The cannery rejected them, basically.
Okay. So you're essentially just reporting that you wasted salmon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
How many?
8,000 pounds.
8,000 pounds?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just since the cannery was denying it,
There's
you're...
just nothing else I didn't think I could have done with them at the time. I guess reporting them would have been the thing to do, but
At that time, you know, do you think there could have been another cannery that could have taken them?
no, there's nobody else down there.
No one else down there. Who was the cannery that was going to, well,
E.C. Phillips.
DC Phillips? Did they, before you fished, did they say they were going to take them?
Yeah, before we went down there, I called and asked, 'cause after last year I was a little nervous. They stopped by or whatever. And she told me they were here to support their gill netters and trollers. They want all the fish. And yeah.
So when was this?
It was probably 2 days before I hit the rock over there.
Okay, so was this like on your way coming back up from Anita Bay?
It was before Anita Bay, that's why we came back.
Okay.
We were going to stay down there for as long as we could, but
So you hit the rock, was it Saturday?
Sunday, I think.
Sunday? Okay.
I don't, yeah.
Somewhere close to there.
Yep, because Anita Bay opened it Monday this time, so it would have been Sunday last week.
So you possibly fished on the 19th down there, on a Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so what other type of fish did you end up catching?
I don't think there was a single
So-
other kind in there.
So you just caught all chums.
Yep.
On those sets down there.
Yep.
Okay. And were you using the same boat that ended up hitting the rocks, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you threw about 8,000 pounds over near the Canadian border in Nakit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canadian border part makes it sound bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I mean, one thing I got to do is I got to let my supervisors know, let them, because I mean, 8,000 pounds, it's not like one or two fish, but 8,000 pounds is...
It's close to a boatload, yeah.
It's quite a bit. And was Gavin your crew at the time as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So he can confirm what you were saying, and...
Yeah, there's just a bunch of rumors going around, like I put my fish on Josh Jenkins' boat and stuff, and so he wasn't able to sell fish, and
Okay.
there's a whole thing.
Okay, so you didn't sell any fish, so essentially there would be no fish tickets that said, hey, look, you deposited, like, I don't know, 2,000 pounds of silvers or pinks or whatever it is. So no fish tickets associated with anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me just run it up through my sergeants, let them know kind of what's going on, especially that you self-reported. And then I'll be in touch with you just to let you know probably
Right.
what's going to happen. It might be just, it might be something like a waste of salmon, just so you kind of have something at the forefront like that. That could be a potential charge.
Okay,
So
yeah, I've kind of figured I'd rather deal with that than like
possibly losing a boat and some other things.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
just how much it affected Josh too is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like because of what
rumors are saying that you passed him fish and he can't sell them, and
so he couldn't sell to them either. Like, yeah, the reason they wouldn't take my fish is because I was loaded down.
Yeah.
And so the top ones that I was picking when the tender showed up weren't warm yet. Or weren't
oh
cold yet.
yeah.
And somebody down there turned me in and said, yeah, we were just being assholes, basically.
Okay. And so you said the cannery was DC Phillips.
You see?
DC Phillips, and they just denied taking any chums.
Yeah.
Okay. And I take it they're based out of Ketchikan?
Yeah, but they bought Trident out, so they own everything now, basically.
Okay. And then your boat was the Donegalin, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Donegalin. Yeah, it just sucks that it affected him too, because he wasn't loaded and he was putting all his fish.
So they just denied him regardless, just because he was possibly associated with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of, I imagine it was Chris telling him, he said he witnessed with his own eyes us putting fish on his boat.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
That never happened. Josh did pull up to me while I was picking, but he pulled ice off of his boat and threw it on top of the fish and trying to get the ones cold. And yeah, it just shit. I was full at 8 in the morning, or close to full, and I wasn't sure if I should make another set or not. And I texted the manager down there, and she said that the tender was on its way. And so I was like, okay, made another set, figuring it'd be like the furthest away they should have been was Ketchikan, which takes 6 hours to get to me. Yeah, I figured they're probably an hour or two away, maybe.
Hold on, give me just 1 second. Sorry about that.
But yeah, it took them 9 hours after I texted her to
really
get to us. Yeah.
Okay.
And by then I'm full, and she texted me at 11:30 asking how fishing was, and I said I was full. So 6 hours after that, and it's just like, I think pretty sure the boat that called them and was telling them that we were just not taking care of the fish and stuff.
So did they
know that part? So
when did they deny you? Like
5:30 in the evening.
5:30 in the evening.
30 hours after the last tender. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, that's something I definitely want to call and talk to them about, because if you guys had plans to take
Josh and I
to fish,
have tried calling the owner down there. His name's Paul, and left messages and voicemails, and he won't return our calls.
Okay.
And I've called the lady, the manager down there, and asked if there's anyone else I could talk to, and she just says, nope. She's talked to him, she was blue in the face, and he won't listen, and the tenders down there know what they're doing, and just keep trying him.
So the owner's name is Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. It's weird to hear that they would be taking fish from you guys, and all of a sudden when you call the report, hey, we're full, come get fish, and then they deny it.
I'd already made one offload to him. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's after we tried to offload, there was a boat that was deck loaded that went to him with a bag full of fish on his back deck, and his set was in the water 5 hours before mine, and they took him, no questions asked.
Weird.
Didn't check temperature, nothing.
Okay, and then who's Josh? Because did Josh...
Got the Sylvia, he was running with me. And
Sylvia.
Kind of really affected his summer too.
What's Josh's last name?
Jenkins.
Okay.
Hey,
and then so did he have the same issue where he caught a bunch of chums and then they wouldn't take him?
Yeah, but he wasn't full.
Okay.
So all his were in the water, and yeah.
Okay.
By the time they got to me, I was full.
Yeah. Did he end up wasting any as well, or?
No.
Okay. So what happened with his if they didn't take his?
He in a Silver Bay tender showed up.
So a different tender took his.
Yeah, and then he when they got there, he went and asked them, and they said they didn't know, and their manager wasn't answering the phone, and they're only supposed to take certain boats. That Silver Bay's like
that are contracted with them.
Yeah, privately owned thing.
Were you contracted with?
No.
Any? Okay.
But when E.C. Phillips took over for Trident, they wanted the whole fleet and did everything, and I've fished for Trident for 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I signed on with them, no questions asked. Not signed on, but agreed to fish for them, no questions asked. And they're just trying to do everything right, and yeah, it's shitty.
Something just went wrong. Okay. Yeah, let me go talk to some people, and I'll try and I don't know if I'll be able to get back with you this week, but I'll definitely get back with you regarding it, and just kind of let you know.
Okay.
But no, thanks for letting me know, and I'll see how Josh's fishing went down there as well. Yeah. See if he had some of the same struggles with DC Phillips. So. And
the other part of it was when the tender was showing up, I was in the middle of picking, and I unclipped from my net and ended up getting into the wheel. Gavin can tell you about that.
Okay.
And we were messing with that, trying to get it out and cut it and get over to the tender. It didn't take long to do it all, and there was other boats for him to offload, but Chris came and grabbed onto my net and like pulled on it and pulled it over a rock full of fish. And
really?
Yeah, without saying anything to me, without anything.
So because you're drift gill netting, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any photos of him grabbing your stuff?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I mean, he can't be messing with your stuff either like that.
No.
And he knows that.
Without asking, yeah. And then.
Because I mean, otherwise that's interfering with your commercial fishing, which he could be cited for.
Yeah.
So if stuff like that happens, like even if you take a photo that him got your net, or even a quick video, that's something that.
Yeah, Gavin was like on the back deck picking, and I was in all my stuff still, and I was in my little boat that I had alongside us, and I was like at the back of the boat pulling the net up. So there's nothing I could have done at the time to get a picture.
Well, let me talk to some of like my supervisors, let them know the situation, what's going on, and then I will get back with you about it. Okay. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah. I've got your phone number, so I'll reach back out with you and let you know.
Sounds good.
But no, thanks for letting me know, and I'll see if Josh had some other different struggles and as well with it. So, but yeah, if you're ever having any issues with Chris or anyone else in the fishery, like if you can document, like let me know, because I mean that's stuff that obviously you guys are doing this for a living, and we want to help you guys out, and people mess with your stuff just isn't right in any type of way. So.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate it, Brandon, and I'll be back in touch with you.
Is there any way you could go talk to Chris? I understand that, like charging him or anything.
Do you want me to talk with him?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I can talk with him.
I've been really trying to hold back from talking to him.
Yeah, so. I'll mention it and say, Brandon mentioned you're tugging on his line. I don't care if it's true or not, but, if you're caught doing it, there's consequences that can follow. So I'll make sure I talk with him about it.
Perfect.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm here to help you guys play nicely, and if I can kind of be that medium ground and help sort it out, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
All right, yeah, of course. Well, thanks, Brandon. Take care and have a good one.
You too.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad.
All right, so I talked with Josh this morning, got the whole story from him, was able to say, none of your fish would transferred onto his, so I don't know how those rumors ended up transpiring around the whole Naked area, but ice-wise, like, tell me about your boat. Like, did you have ice on your boat, or why did the fish get so warm?
When we were going down to Ketchikan, I had, I don't know, probably 2 tons of ice.
Okay.
I had my middle hold and my side hold completely full. And normally we put like a third in each hold. And then moved ice around, and after we offloaded the first time, I got another 650 pound bag, I think, it said on their scale. And we were just over full. They weren't in the water even at that point. Okay,
hold on. They were over full, not in the water. What do you mean by that?
Like, I had, my boat was full.
Your boat was full of fish?
Yeah.
So typically, though, when you go to the tender, you offload and then you take ice, right?
Yep.
So did you offload the fish and then take ice?
The first offload, yeah.
Okay. So you offloaded the fish the first offload, then you took 650 pounds of ice.
Yep.
Okay, so the ice went into the holds.
Yep.
Okay, so then now you go back out fishing.
Yep.
Okay, so you catch fish. What happens to your ice? Does it just dissipate, or?
There's still ice in there.
So how do your fish get 67 degrees then if they're on ice?
Well,
I guess that's where I get a little bit confused.
Full, they're not in the water anymore. They're on top. And
okay, so you filled your hatches full of ice, so it's got a whole bunch of slush ice.
Yep.
You had too much fish to fit inside the holds, that you had extra fish just laying on the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we were picking.
Okay. I guess how much extra fish did you have on the deck that were outside of the holds?
2 totes.
2 totes worth? Like the big totes, or how much do you think that the totes weigh with fish in them?
Completely full, I think, is close to 500.
500 pounds? So you had about 1,000 pounds on the deck out of the ice.
Yep.
So then why wouldn't they take the ones in the ice?
I don't know. I handed one of them to him that was right on top, and he put it in, instantly pulled it out and said 42. It's too warm. Is this how you keep your fish?
Okay.
And then I don't even know how much we got rid of at that point, and then we were in the process of getting rid of them, and Josh said that he could deliver to that other tender,
Silver Bay,
take the fish. And so then I was able to go deliver like 6,500 pounds to him, but I think the warmest ones were like 35
over at Silver Bay.
Yeah.
So you were able to deliver some fish to Silver Bay,
yeah,
on the 18th.
Yeah.
So you didn't dump 8,000 pounds over.
No, we still did.
Oh, you still did. Yeah. So you had. So how much did you offload to Silver Bay?
6,500.
So you had about 13,000 pounds of fish on your boat?
Yeah, I've had 18 on there before and offloaded up in Juneau.
So you offloaded 6,500 pounds of Silver Bay.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that were kept cool inside the hold, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
but this was 3 hours after the tender didn't want mine.
Okay, that they still accepted.
That I pitched off the ones on top that they were freaking out about, and went to offloaded to Silver Bay.
Okay, so you pitched the stuff on the deck.
Yeah, and on top of the fish holds.
Okay, so stuff that wasn't cold, you threw those over, and then you went over Silver Bay and offloaded 6,500 pounds.
Yeah, but the stuff that wasn't cold was fresh, so.
Okay. Yeah, because Josh was even saying that the waters there is pretty warm. That you got to get them.
76 or something.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They got to get them pretty much on ice to cool them, pretty much right away. And it sounds like if you don't have enough ice on your boat, it sounds like you're. So, how much can your boat hold and keep fish cool?
Probably. There's 4,500 in the middle hold. 2,200 on the sides, or each side. So 10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds. Okay, that's how much you can keep cool. And then, so if you know you can't keep them cool, I guess, what's your thought process of keeping them on the back deck?
Well, we were picking, waiting for the tender, and you don't really have any other options.
So these were ones that you just fresh picked, waiting for a tender.
Like, I hadn't made another set after I texted that lady.
Okay.
I was still working on the same set.
Okay.
Which, I guess, I was thinking about it and talking to Josh a couple days ago, and like, making the set in that spot wasn't the thing to do, but then that's hindsight, because we weren't getting that big of sets the 2 days before that. Like,
yeah.
If we were, it would have been full a lot sooner.
Okay. Was there any other tenders around? Because it sounds like Silver Bay was pretty much right anchored up at the head of the bay. Was there a tender, like, at the opening of the bay that you could have ran maybe a couple hours to go offload to, or?
I don't know. I tried calling on the radio, and I didn't get an answer.
Okay, so nothing was coming back to you.
And she said that they were on their way, so I was figuring like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And like no more than 6, and then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because when Josh was telling me about his fish holds that he can keep ice in there cold for like 30 hours, and he goes, yeah, I even gave him some ice. So I was like wondering, like, what happened if your ice drains a lot quicker than...
No, it was the fish that we piled on top. We were putting ice on that and spreading it around on top of those to try and get them down to temperature and make sure that they were going to be doing something.
So just on the back deck, you had fish laid out and just shoveling ice on top of them?
No, it was on the fish holds, like on top of the fish that we had in there. I've had more fish piled on top, so we were...
Oh my goodness.
Getting rid of the water at that point, and so I was trying to keep ice on those just to make sure that they were going to be good.
Okay. But yeah, sounds like they didn't end up being good.
No.
Okay. All right, well, that's definitely more of a story than an understanding from what I heard the first time, because I was thinking, like, how did you just... Okay, so you were able to offload 6,500, you threw over 8,000, the ones that were on top that weren't able to get cooled.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because you thought a tender would have gotten there quicker.
Yeah.
And you didn't know any other tenders were around.
No.
Okay.
Like, Silver Bay is not supposed to take our fish. The only reason that they did is because the manager hadn't returned that guy's phone calls, and then he wouldn't take any more after that once he talked to him.
Okay. All right. Well, those are some of the follow-up questions I have. So let me go back, make a couple more phone calls I need to do on my side. And then I will work on getting back with you.
And, yeah, I guess that was it.
So if you had 2 totes on the back deck that each hold 500 pounds...
Well, I was including 8,000 pounds, and when I went to go offload, I was only halfway done with my net.
Okay.
And so then I'm full.
Halfway done picking your net?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So then I'm full and can't take those fish anymore. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out what to do, and then by then it had just been too long.
Just sitting in the water?
Yeah, and that water's so warm that all those fish were bad too, and we kind of got it into like a little ball, and so it wasn't fishing anymore, and then...
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of the fish that you...
So most
of the fish you wasted were the ones that were in the net?
No, there was probably 2,000 pounds.
That were still in the net?
In there, yeah.
Okay. So you had about 6,000 on the back deck. Two in fish hold totes.
Yeah.
So that's about 1,000 pounds, and then just another 7,000 pounds just laying on the back deck or on top of the fish hold.
Well, they weren't on top.
That's what I'm trying to paint a picture.
So I probably pitched over 2,000 pounds before we went to Silver Bay.
Okay.
Just the ones that we had smashed on top. Not smashed, but thrown in there, and yeah. And we went to Silver Bay, got rid of those, and then pitched probably 2,500 pounds out of that net. And then... So
you left the net, offloaded to Silver Bay, came back, picked the net, and then just drew those over?
Yeah.
Okay.
As we were picking them. Because, yeah, they're in the water too long. It's not good.
Not good.
And then I had my back holds that I didn't try and sell to Silver Bay. Because I checked the temperature.
You didn't try and sell them?
No, I checked the temperature on them, and they're 42, and I didn't want to... At that point, I didn't want to give anybody anything questionable.
Okay.
And yeah.
And how much poundage were in your back hold?
Probably 3,000 pounds.
3,000? Okay. And did you have ice? Was it like a slush mixture back there, and you just didn't keep them cool enough, or?
No, it was. Yeah, it had taken too long to do everything by then.
Okay. How long have you been fishing this fishery down in Naked?
Probably 4 years now.
4 years? Okay. Is this the first time like you've ever ran into any trouble with keeping fish cold or with tenders, or?
With tenders, yeah. Okay. It's always a problem keeping them cold down there, but yeah. Look, yeah, last year they would only give us one bag of fish or one bag of ice each time they came in, and so I called and was complaining and trying to figure out how I was supposed to fish with that much ice, and the managers just said keep fishing.
Huh.
And they're like, well, take your fish no matter what. And they were questionable at that point.
Okay.
So it's just, yeah, we're trained to do that, kind of, I guess. I don't know.
You were trained to do that from the managers?
Yeah, but it was different. It was Trident at that point.
Oh, okay. And they were the ones that got bought out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was complaining, and yeah, because I don't feel comfortable trying to catch as many fish as I can with no ice and stuff. And they're like,
yeah, it's not good.
They're like, well, we bought your fish, didn't we? And it's like, oh, you guys, you got me there, I guess.
So I guess you were trained or had a mindset from working with Trident instead of the newer people like AC Phillips and or Silver Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't have a mindset of warm fish being okay.
Yeah.
It was just, that was how it all worked out there.
Okay.
Like everywhere else, it's just fine. It's not just because it's warmer water down there. It's because, yeah, like we would have been fine if they would have shown up within a few hours.
Yeah.
If she wouldn't have said that they were on their way, I would have been like, okay, well, where are they at? It would have only taken me 2 hours at most to find one of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, when I talked to the plant manager, she said that there was like 3 or 4 on rotation down there. Yeah. Like, someone was always down there.
So I don't understand why no one came back there.
Do you know, like, where they typically stay at? Like, are they at, like, because it sounds like you're fishing at the head. Do they stay at the mouth, or...
that would be really unfortunate.
I don't know.
I guess. That's what I figured. There was going to be one at the mouth. That's why.
Because Josh said you two were like the only boats up at the head of the bay fishing up there. Until it's like you guys called on the radio, and then a tender came, and then I guess a bunch of other boats did.
I called them on the radio, and the tender didn't come or answer, and then a few other boats showed up back there.
Okay. Did you ever leave the head of the bay to go see if there's any tenders around?
No.
Okay.
I said, good morning, do you know when the St. Jude is heading into the back of Naked? And she said, he should be on his way. They rotate.
And what time was that?
At 7:54 a.m.
Okay.
And then at 11:30, she said, how's fishing? And I said, full. 12K on board, making room for the fish in the net. And she said, nice.
And that was the extent?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figured there was somebody coming. If I would have known that they weren't coming, I would have ran for sure. But then after I set my net again, I can't leave my net if I'm full.
Yeah.
So I was expecting there to be somebody coming.
Okay.
Like 9 hours, I could have ran to Ketchikan and part of the way back.
Yeah. Let me make a couple more phone calls and then I'll try and get back with you, okay?
Okay.
Because I know it's kind of like a weird circumstance.
Yeah.
But
I get that. Definitely makes me question like what I could have done differently. But then at the time you hear they're coming, you don't.
Yeah, and then any chance like you could have asked Silver Bay, like if they knew if they had any of the tenders, or because it sounds like Silver Bay was up at the head of the bay like the whole time.
Yeah, but they weren't supposed to take our fish, and they got told not to after they did. So
okay. All right, yeah. No, let me go because that gives me a better picture of what happened. So let me go make a couple more phone calls and I'll get back with you. All right. Hey, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Be around.
Now, I don't know the circumstances. I just know when I called AC, they said that they temperature fish or fish were too warm at like 67. So I'm assuming those were the ones on the back deck.
Yeah.
And you didn't even try to go, or they just denied taking any of your fish.
Say anything about the 42 one that I handed?
They mentioned 42, but
is it on this pen? Down in my hold at that point.
Okay. They definitely mentioned 67. They're like, fish that warm, like, we can't take. They have to be cooled off just for, like, the human safety, health, and for consumption of it. They have, like, certain standards on what they can take and what they can't.
What are they when they come out of the water, then?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I asked him, too, and he just started going off about other stuff. But they took Joe's, I can't remember the name. If I can remember it, I'll text it to you.
Okay.
But, yeah, they took his after we got said no to, and then...
And how long were his on his back deck?
He started his set like 4 or 5 hours before mine and got done picking and went and offloaded.
Okay.
And he had a bag of fish on his back deck. He was deck loaded.
That wasn't even on ice or anything?
That they didn't check or anything.
Okay. Joe Sims, all right, bag on back deck.
That's kind of where the
finished
be personal more, it seems like. Like, I understand the not taking the warm fish part of it, but then they should not be taking anybody's warm fish, you would think.
Yeah, and he finished 4 hours before you did?
No, he set 4 hours before I did.
Okay.
And then finished probably an hour after. No, he finished right after I tried to go to the tender, because I was getting back to my net and he was still picking, and then he kind of idled by me full and went out and offloaded.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I'll try and figure it out and see if they remember.
All right.
But
sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. All right. So just regarding this whole incident, sounds like I don't want you to think that I think that you're a bad guy. I think just mistakes were happened. Sounds like there was some misunderstanding or miscommunication just regarding you and EC Phillips, or when they said, "Hey, we've got a tender on the way." Was there a time ever stated, or she just said we had one on the way?
So we had one on the way.
Okay. And especially with that warm weather, because you're mentioning the weather was warm, the water was warm, and when stuff like that happens, those fish are going to last too long on the back deck. And I think from what you're saying that you're only able to keep like 10,000 pounds cooled and chilled in the holds, that I think at that time you probably had a little bit more fish than I guess what you could have kept chilled.
Yeah. So, like, deck loading is not allowed then? Or?
No, I'm going to say you can deck load, you just have to be cautious. Yeah. Because once those fish start to get spoiled, it's kind of on the fisherman. Like, if you want to deck load, make sure that there's a tender, like, right there, because they're probably, in warm weather, they may not last an hour, depending on who the tender is. If they are, then I'd say deck load, then run straight over there, because even some of the seiners that do it, you know, they dump all their fish straight in the fish hold, keep them cool, but whatever's not, you know, your time starts ticking at that point, just with for human consumption, because they try and sell those and they can only sell what's good. So I know you definitely tried to do your best. It sounds like you just had a little bit more fish than what you could manage at that time with not having a tender right there. With talking with Fish and Game, they would definitely be a whole lot more concerned if do you know what like treaty fish are and how those work between here and Canada. I know with talking with Fish and Game, they would definitely be a whole lot more upset if these were anywhere outside of a hatchery. And one other thing that could have saved you a lot of heartache too is just calling Fish and Game and just giving them the circumstances that says, hey, this is who I am, this is where I'm at, and these are the circumstances. There was a tender that's supposed to be here, they're not here, what can I do with these fish that would be acceptable for you guys? And then they could probably give you a little more guidance that says, okay, hey, look, I talked to Fish and Game, just like if a commercial crab or a shrimp are lost in pots, and we find them later. So what it's going to come down to, like I told you the very first day, that there would be most likely a citation issued for wasted salmon. We're not going the misdemeanor route. It's going to be like a strict liability where it keeps it a violation. There is a court date that is set for September 10th, and it's going to be out of the Ketchikan courts. So
am I able to call in for that?
Yeah. Call in. Don't take your boat down there. Yeah. Not needed. Because you'll call in. I'll call in. So here it is, set for the 10th. At 10 o'clock, it gives their address, and then I think that they should be getting a hold of you just to give you like a heads up for like what a call-in number is. If they don't, I can actually even look up Ketchikan's phone number right now for the courthouse and write it on here. That way you can give them, I'd probably say a week or two before the 10th, try giving them a call and seeing what their call-in number is. That way you can just appear in for the arraignment. Ketchikan Courthouse. I think it's going to be the Superior Court. 5415 Main Street. Let's just do, alright, so that's going to be... So, at this time, do you have any questions?
Did they say why they wouldn't take Josh's fish then?
Josh's fish, I think that they said that they tempt his fish, and his were a little bit too warm at like 42 degrees. So I don't know exactly what their, and then they also said that rumors were that you gave him warm fish. So I think the top of his fish were a little warm, but the colder, or the deeper that he went into his holds, the colder that they got. Because I think they said that they tempt some about 36. So I don't know. I'm not one of the tenders. I don't know why they accept some fish from some people and not from others. So I don't know if you guys just like got on a bad rap with E.C. Phillips or
Chris saying a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I take, are you guys? So do you guys have any tenders to sell fish down to there anymore then?
No.
Okay, so that's got shot for you guys. Pretty bad. Okay.
Which kind of messed everything up. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, because I've been like, man, if the fishing's good, why wouldn't they still be down there? But I guess if you catch fish, you gotta have someone to sell it to, unless you want to run it all the way back to the canneries. But I guess even then, that would depend if the cannery would take it from even there.
Right.
So, man, sounds like you got kind of in a rough spot, and I hope it gets better for you. I really do. But
I'm sure it will.
Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions, you got my number, so feel free to reach out.
All right.
All right, take care.
In the end, he was issued a citation for waste of salmon with a mandatory court date. The court ordered him to pay $520 in fines, which is about 75 cents per fish. After Brandon's failure to pay, an additional $35 fine was added on, and the amount was sent to collections. If you like this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to Arrest Cam. As always, thanks for watching.